everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well today, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade. I post videos over here at least 3 times a week, and I do have a vlogging channel too. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a full face of my February favourites. I do know my February favourites are so late this month, but I've had a content calendar just jam-packed full. I've not had space for them, so I decided what better way than to just do a full face of my favourites from the last month. I have a couple of products that have actually come out in March, but I just could not miss them from this favourites video because they are so good. So I just want to get started with this video because I have so much to show you and I'm so excited for it. So I hope you'll enjoy this. If you do, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, leave me a little comment, some of your favourites from this month and any other videos you would like to see from me. And don't forget to press that subscribe button with the little bell on because it really helps us out. But other than that, let's get straight on with today's video. As I said, I am so late with this video, but I still wanted to do it because I've had so many products I found over the last month or so that I just really wanted to show you guys and just do a full face of makeup using them because I love these products. So I'm going to get started now and I'm going to zoom you guys in and I'm going to show you my primer. The first product I'm going to show you, as I said, is going to be the primer. This one, if you've been on my channel before, you will be sick of hearing me talk about this primer, but I'm so obsessed with it. This was one of my first primers I ever got when I was doing makeup. I got really obsessed with it. I used it all the time, and then it got to a point where I just kind of forgot about it because I got loads of new primers, and then I rediscovered it after moving house and now I cannot put it down. I use it all the time. So this is the Revolution Pro Matte Primer. It is a beautiful consistency and it's just such a good primer. Like I said, I've had this for a while. It's actually lasted me quite well. I think these retail at about £7–8, something like that. I will put all the price on screen anyway, so in case you are interested, you know how much they all are. But with it being a drugstore brand, it's more affordable, which is really good. It just has such a nice consistency. It's like a jelly, but it's also really hydrating for your skin. I'm just going to start to apply this all over. It also gives your face quite a nice, flawless start to your makeup, and it's really good to sit your foundation on. I actually discovered a brand new foundation and I'm completely obsessed with it. I think I've worn it like 3, maybe 4 times, but every single time I've done my makeup since I discovered it, I've worn it every single time since, and that's what I'm going to be using today. This is the IRL Filter Foundation by Revolution. So this is a 16-hour oil-free foundation. It's got a matte finish. It doesn't actually say the coverage on it. I've done a full video on this as well if you do want to see a more in-depth video of this with a wear test and everything like that. It is such a good foundation. Like I said, it doesn't actually say what coverage it is, but this is full coverage. Like, this goes far. This goes really far. So you only need the smallest amount of product because, as I said, this goes really far. I literally do 1 pump and it's dispensed a lot of product onto my hand, but this will do my full face. Whereas when it comes to ones like my NARS one, I usually use 2.5 pumps of my NARS to get it to actually cover my face. So it's done a really good job as this one. I do really like it. It's got really nice kind of like silky feel to it. It's very moisturizing, but it's got such good coverage and it just gives you a really flawless start. You can see there, it just gives me a really flawless start to my foundation. This is only £9.99, which I personally think is an absolute bargain for foundation. Like, you get a lot of foundation, like my Charlotte Tilbury one ended up costing me something ridiculous. I think it was like £34, which I really like it, but I wouldn't wear it every day, especially with the coverage because it's more of a skin tint. I prefer a fuller coverage foundation. I've also worked out with this that I prefer to blend it in using a brush. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use the Complexion Blender Brush by Real Techniques. I really like this one. I've really got into using this one. And I'm just going to blend this in. It blends in so effortlessly and so seamlessly. So this is what it's looking like, and if you see what I mean, it gives you a kind of a bit of a natural glow but also a nice matte finish. It is really nice on your skin. I do have sensitive skin as well, and this hasn't affected my skin at all, which is really good. It lasts quite well as well. I haven't done a full 16-hour wear test yet, but I want to in another video. But the one that I did, I think it was 12 hours I did. It lasted really nicely. So this is how it's looking. See what I mean? It just gives you a really nice base and a really nice start to your skin. Next is concealer, and I was going to use my ultimate favourite concealer, but I feel like I talk about this way too much on my channel. So I wanted to introduce some other ones that I do also really like. So the one that I was going to talk about is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, but I genuinely use this like every single time I do my makeup on my channel. So instead I'm going to introduce you to a different one. This one is the Maybelline Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. This is in the shade 01. It reminds me of one that Revolution brought out, which is very, very similar to this, but there was something like, I can't remember how many mil, like 3 mil of product in there. There was hardly any product. So I ran out in like 3 makeup looks. But I found one that's very, very similar, and this is the Maybelline one. And it's really, really nice. It's a nice colour, really nice coverage. You can get as much or as little out as you like. It's really, really blendable as well. It blends really nicely. I feel like I have used this on my channel, but not very much, so I wanted to kind of like talk about this one a little bit more. It's also quite a nice shade match for the foundation. Really like that. So what I'm going to use is just a brush to blend this in with. Never ever used brushes for my foundation or my concealer, and then I've started recently, and I feel like it's just a game changer. Like the sponge, I originally thought, when I first started my makeup, I always thought that using a brush would just soak up so much product, but I feel like it's actually the other way around. That the brush seems to kind of move the product around my face more, and the sponge actually soaks up a lot more. So I've been using brushes a lot more recently. Sometimes I do use a sponge for my under eyes though, because it don't always want to blend out properly. But it's something that I've been kind of experimenting with more, as being using brushes. Now that's all blended in, I'm going to go with my contour next. And I've actually discovered a new contour recently, but I'm not going to include it in today's video. So the one that I've discovered that I quite like is this one here. It's the Revolution Powder Compact. I do really like this, but it's still really early days, so I'm still kind of like discovering how I like to use it and things like that. So I might include that in next month's favourites, but we'll see. But the one that I'm actually going to use today is this one here, which is the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 02, which is warm. As you can see by the packaging, I have used this so much. I am literally using this in my every single day makeup routine. I can't stop using it. I really, really like it. I use the 002 brush as well for this. As you can see, it's quite a nice warm colour, but it just blends out so gorgeously, and it's just a really nice formula. So I'm just going to start to apply this. It does look quite intense at the start, but it does blend out really well. I like to use one brush to apply it with, and then use the same brush but like a clean one to then blend it in with, because I just feel like it just gives me the best results. I'm just blending all this in. Like I said, it just blends in beautifully and really, really easily. I also find with this foundation that all my products, like cream products and powder products, just seem to blend in so nicely to this. Found a foundation recently that just didn't seem to blend very well. And like it just dried so fast, and other products just did not want to blend onto it, which is not really ideal. So now that's all applied, I'm going to go in with my blush, and I've definitely shown you guys this before, but I kind of stopped using it and now I've got back into it, so I wanted to show you it. So this one is a cream blush, and it's actually by XX Revolution. This is what it looks like. This is actually a lip tint and a blush tint. So this one is in the shade Soft Focus, and it's a cream blush. I'm just using this brush here, which is a contour brush by Real Techniques. It is the 206. Just really like this for my blush. I don't know why, it just works for me. And I'm going to start to apply this. It's just so beautiful, and it just blends in so nicely. It gives a really nice sun-kissed look. I'm now moving on to my highlight, and the one that I'm going to be showing you guys today, which I have been loving, is the Highlighter, and this one is in the shade Cheers Darling, which is 050. I do have a few different shades, but at the moment I've been really, really loving this one. So it looks like a kind of rose goldy champagne tone, and I'm just going to apply it. I'm just using a setting brush by Real Techniques. This is my absolute favourite brush when it comes to applying highlight. I don't know why, I just really, really like it. But it is a beautiful highlighter. It's really, really pretty. It blends in really, really well. And it's just a really nice shade as well. I'm really into this one. See, it's so glowy. It's just got a really nice tone to it. I'll apply some down my nose. It might just be me, but I feel like some days I have really good highlight days when my highlight is just looking so good, and then other days I just have days when my highlight just doesn't want to kind of like pop and just look as good. But it is so stunning. It's quite like how Ice Me Out one. It's just got a little bit of a different tone to it. See, it's so pretty and it just blends in so beautifully with the rest of my makeup. Really like it. I'm now gonna move on to my eyes. I don't really have any new eyebrow products, and I don't really have any new eye primer products either. The primers that I've been using are the Beauty Bay eye primer and the P. Louise eye primer. We're gonna go with the P. Louise one today. This is just in the shade 2. This one is just absolutely incredible. I use this all of the time. Just really makes your pigment pop and just gives it a really good base. I just feel like I couldn't do an eye look without this anymore. Like, I used to do eye looks without it, and now I've got it, I couldn't go back. And I'm just going to use a little brush just to blend this in. This is literally just a 300 brush, and it's a deluxe crease brush by Real Techniques. This one I actually find it really good for just blending in my eye base. And then something that I cannot do my favourites video without is my new eye stencils. Bought these off Amazon, and I literally saw someone on TikTok using them, and I was like, oh, these look quite cool. So I bought them on Amazon, and oh my god, I used them once, and I don't think I've actually done an eye look without them since I bought them. They are so good. If I remember, I'm really bad at remembering this, but if I remember, I'll include links to all the products down below so you guys can get your hands on them. They won't be affiliate links or anything like that. They'll just be links to help you guys get your hands on these if you do want them. But these were like, I think £10, and I think I got 200, something like that. So you do get quite a lot of them, but they are so worth the money. So this is what they look like, and they're like a little moon, and you just peel back the little sticker. It took me so long to actually work out how to peel back the sticker the first time I used these. Admittedly, you should probably do your eyes before the rest of your makeup when using these, because it could like pull your makeup off. But if I'm honest, I just top my makeup off like afterwards. If it takes any off, I just top it up afterwards, because I prefer to do it this way. It's also really good because it catches a lot of fallout. So I'm just going to place that there. It also took me a while to get the placement right of it, like to actually get the placement where I wanted it to be for the winged kind of effect. But it really is a game changer when it comes to makeup. So I'm going to show you the palettes that I'm into at the moment. I had to narrow it down to 3 palettes, which I really struggled with, but I had to because I cannot show you guys like a million palettes in one video. So my top 3 palettes currently have to be the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. This is beautiful. It's just got some really stunning shades in, and you've got like some natural ones, you've got some everyday ones, you've got some more out there ones, and these shimmers in this palette are just beautiful. Probably going to use shimmers out of this palette today if I do a shimmery look. I've not quite decided. I'm kind of feeling maybe like a yellowy orangey look maybe. Not sure yet. The next one is this Beauty Bay palette. This is the Midnight palette. They bought out 3 new ones, the Midnight, Earthy and Berries. This one I bought in the full size, so the 42 pound, and oh, I'm so obsessed. It's just a beautiful palette. So this is what it looks like. It's got some really nice cooler tones. It's got some purples, some blues, and some beautiful shimmers as well. And then the final palette I've got to show you guys today is the Morphe Sour Patch one. Filmed a video with this yesterday, and oh, so obsessed. It is such a beautiful palette. It is ridiculously pigmented. It has like every single shade that you'd want in it, and I love the packaging. I was going to go for like an orangey yellow kind of look, but I'm actually leaning towards a Love Notes palette now because I haven't used this in a little while, but I absolutely love the pigmentation and everything about this palette. So I think that's what I'm going to go in with actually, and I'm going to do more of a pinky kind of look today. So I'm going to start off with the shade Handkerchief here, which is really nice pink. I've used this before so many times and it's really pretty. Just gonna use this pretty glittery brush. I don't even know what brush this is. It's just quite nice for applying shadow. I'm just gonna start to place this across my lid. Oh, you see the pigment? So nice. Gonna make sure that's nicely applied where I want it. See, like one stroke, like one dip of the product, and it's done that much already. Like, it's so good and so pigmented. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with the shade Flush, which is a tiny bit lighter, but it's a nice transition shade. I'm gonna start to apply and blend that into my inner corner. To do this, I'm gonna use the 310 brush by Real Techniques. It's a really nice kind of like fluffy but tapered brush. Don't want to get too much of this, but I'm just gonna get some there. Just create a nice light effect towards my inner corner. It's a really nice delicate pink. Just gonna start using it to blend out. Tap back into it. And then I think I'm also gonna use the shade Angel, which is even light. It's like another shade lighter. So it'll create an even more flawless kind of transition, if that makes sense. So I'm just tapping into that Angel shade, and that's just going above those, just to help blend it out even more. This is now how it's looking. It's a really nice kind of like pastel baby pink kind of vibe. I'm now going to go with a different brush. So the brush I'm going to use, is this a 307? Yeah, 307 by Real Techniques. I'm going back in with a handkerchief shade, just in my middle to outer corner of my crease. Just make sure we've still got that depth of the pink. And then we're going to go in with an even darker shade, which I'm actually quite excited about because I don't think I've used this shade before. So I really wanted to try it out. But every single shade in this palette that I have used has been so beautifully pigmented. So I'm going in with the shade Ruby, which is like a really deep kind of like pinky maroony shade. And I'm just tapping that across my very outer corner there. See, it's quite a deep shade, but it's really pretty. And I think it'll blend really nicely with that pink. Ooh, see, I really like it. That's really pretty. I'm going to tap into that a little bit more and just keep building that up so we've got the real depth of that shade. And we've got the effect of that. And then start to blend it across a little bit. I'll probably blend this out in a little bit anyway, so don't panic when you see it looking like this and it looks very scary. It's one of those trust the process kind of moments. Just want to get a real good layer of product on there. Okay, now that's looking pretty insane. I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush to go in with those lighter pinks again. So I'm just going to use this one. This is the 310, it's just a clean one. And I'm going to go in with the handkerchief shade again. It's really nice and kind of like a unique shade of pink is this. And I'm just running that through the centre of my crease. So it's touching the side of that darker one and it's also tickling the side of this lighter one. So just kind of bringing them together. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to just blend out these edges because they're just looking a bit messy and they're really starting to annoy me. So I'm going to use the same brush, just tapping it off. And I think I'm going to use the shade Angel, which is this really light pastel pink. It's almost a white. It's kind of like a dusky white. And I'm going to start to really gently just buff around these edges. I'm just being really gentle with my brush, really light-handed. I wish I could be more light-handed. Like, I see all these makeup artists that are really light-handed with it. And I just don't have that skill yet. One day I will, but not right now. And I'm just really lightly going over these edges until I'm happy with the blend. So I've done a bit of blending and this is now how it's looking, and I actually really like these colours together. So what I'm going to do now is do a bit of a cut crease. I only want to do like the first like third of my lid there. For my cut crease, I'm just using this Soul Beauty brush. It's really nice. It's an F05 brush. It's been my absolute favourite for the last couple of months now. And I'm just really gently applying this to the first, like I said, the first third of my lid. Maybe in the first like half. I said the first little bit and then I end up doing like the full one every single time. Okay, that'll do. Just two about there. I'm just tapping over this. So I'm just applying it just to there and I'm going to let it dry. And while it dries, what I'm going to do is take this off. And I'm going to do my lower lash line. So I just want to do a nice pinky lower lash line. My outer corner, I'm going to go a little bit darker, but for the inner corner, I want that nice light pink that we've been using. So the first one I'm going to go in with is that handkerchief shade. I'm just going to do this for my inner corner up to the centre. And then for my outer corner, I'm going in with that ruby shade. I'm just going to try to be quite light-handed with it so it doesn't end up really messy. Ooh, okay, I really like that. I think it looks really nice. So that's how it's looking. I'm now going to look at some shimmers and glitters. I'm obsessed with the shimmers in this palette and with the other two palettes. They're just all so beautiful. I think I might use like a pinky shimmer, or maybe like a purpley shimmer across this part here to help blend the cut crease in. But I really want to show you guys this one here. This is the Loose Pigment Trio Set, the Age of Opulence Beauty Bay one, and it's absolutely stunning. Comes in 3 different shades, but the shade that I'm going to show you guys today is this one here, which is called Saturn. It's so pretty, and do you know what, I feel like this is the only shade I'm actually going to apply on my eye because it's so pretty. I don't feel like I need any others to actually put on there. I'm just going to use this bamboo morph brush, and it's just ridiculously fine glitter. Like, it's so gorgeous. And I've just tapped it onto this brush here. I'm just going to need a mirror to actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to leave the first part of my lid white, and then I'm actually going to start to tap this on here. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's honestly ridiculously beautiful as this shimmer. Do you know what? I'm going to tap a little bit into my inner corner as well, because it's just so beautiful as this shimmer. Like, it's a gold, like a rose gold glitter, and it's just unbelievable. I'm just tapping into a little bit more of that, and then just doing another layer. It's just so gorgeous. I will admit this does have a bit of fallout throughout the day though, and that's all I can end up seeing, or like everywhere, is just glitter, because it just goes all over my lashes and everything. But it's just so beautiful. I really love it. So I'm going to do now, for my last little step for my eyes, is just grab that dark purple and help to blend that in with my outer corner. So I'm just going in with a little bit more from the palette, and I'm just helping to blend that in. The ruby shade, sorry, and I'm just grabbing that and just applying some of that right in my outer corner there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to grab maybe a purple shimmer. I don't know, it's kind of hard to decide. I'm probably going to go with this one here. This one is called Confetti, and it's quite a pinky one. I'm going to mix it with Princess, which is a purple. Just like quite a nice, pretty duochrome one. And I'm just applying that on the edge of that other shade there. Oh, I feel like I need a little bit more pink with that. So I've got in with the Cupid, which is the darker one. Just applying it on the edge of those two colours to help blend them together. Oh, they look so pretty. So this is how the eye look is looking. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, do this eye, and I'll be right back for the rest of my favourites. This is now how my eyes are looking like. Now I've done my other one, and I just love the palette. Pigmentation is beautiful, the blend on it is beautiful, and I love those shimmers as well. They're so nice. I'm now going to use the REM Lengthening Mascara from Ariana Grande's beauty range. I love the wand of this, so I just couldn't resist. I've been using this all month, and it just gives you really nice, long, thick lashes. I wasn't a massive fan of the wand of the other ones, that's why I picked this one up, but it's just so nice. It just gives so much volume, so much length, and it just looks, well, it just makes such a big difference to your makeup, I think. I'm just applying this, and then I've actually got my favourite setting spray as well to show you guys. Quite excited about that one. That's one of my favourite products from like the whole video. Now that my mascara is all applied, I'm going to go in with my setting spray. This is my ultimate favourite setting spray. It's just the best one I've ever found, and it's a continuous setting spray, which I think is one of the reasons I love it so much. So this is the Morph setting spray. So nice. This is just a mini one. I'm just going to apply this. I actually bought this in a sale, so that's why I bought the mini one, because it was on sale at some point. I was like, do you know what, I'll give it a go. Absolutely love it. Got a beautiful smell. It just smells, I don't even know what it smells like, it just smells really nice, and it's really fine mist, and it actually makes your makeup stay on so well as well. So that was my full face of February favourites. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I really enjoyed filming this. It's been quite a nice and chatty video. It's just made a change. I've done a lot of heavier content recently, so it's nice to do quite a nice relaxed chat video. Absolutely love the eye look. The highlight is beautiful. I just feel like everything's just kind of like blended into each other, and it just has kind of worked. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button. Leave me a lovely little comment in that comment section down below, and make sure you do subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. Really helps me out, and it is free too, so make sure you click that button. But that is it from me for today, and I really hope to see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye.